all, Cynthia here, welcome back. Today I'm working on a 12 by 12 process layout. I'm actually doing this one as a part of the International Scrapbooking Day, and it's a challenge for the love of pretty papers. And I had to, what was the challenge? Copy someone, scrap lift. Claire Murphy is who I scrap lifted. So I've pulled out my 6x6 paper pads. I don't have very many, maybe half a dozen packs at the most, and I very rarely use them. So I was going through my things the other day and come across them. I thought, right, I really must pull them out and use them up so they're no longer in my stash. I make sure I don't buy any anymore, as I know I just don't seem to use them. So I've pulled out this all these papers from the Glitz Colour Me Happy paper pad, and it would be quite old. Let me see, does it say here somewhere how old? 2013. So I'll be surprised if you can get it anywhere, but you never know. Oh, I do also pull out this paper pad, actually, that's true. I want quite a soft background, or one solid paper is what I was looking for, I guess. And so I pulled out this paper pad, which is the Atlantic, I think it's called. I can't quite remember who it was from, though. Once again, it would probably be the same age, 3 or 4 years old. The photo that I'm working on is obviously a Easter photo. So it's of the eggs that our boy got for Easter. And I absolutely loved the bright colours in it, so I decided to use bright, bold papers as well. I do love bright, vivid papers and colours. It's makes my heart sing with joy. So I'm just going through here. This is not the way I usually work. I don't generally start with a photo and lay, and if you watch my videos, you know I'm not a very big layer of paper. So the only reason that I really know what I'm doing here is that, as I said, I'm scrap lifting. So I'm basically copying her layering of the papers. Apart from that, I don't really think I follow her layout too much after that. She does have a banner, and as you can see, I'm cutting up some papers here to create a banner. And she lays her banner across the page like this, but I don't end up doing that with my banner. I do something slightly different, but the concept of the banner is there. So this layout will probably be going, by the time it goes live, I dare say it'll probably be a few weeks after National Scrapbooking Day. So I hope you have all recovered. I hope you all managed to participate somehow, whether it be just watching some YouTube videos about it or actually getting in and creating something. I didn't think that I'd get a chance to do any creating on the weekend because I had a pretty busy weekend booked out, but as it was, I managed to complete 3 challenges, and this is one of them. So I've gone through, cut out my banners from the paper pad, and now I've just strung them on a piece of string. And I've decided that I want to have my banner just in that corner up there, but when I've cut the string, I've made it a little bit too close. So I take this last banner and just make it a little bit thinner so I can have a bit more of the string or the twine or whatever it is showing. Now I'm thinking about how's the best way to glue that in place. So I just put a little bit of craft glue along there for a moment, and that's just going to be enough to hold it in place, and I'll come back in a bit later with the hot glue gun and put some hot glue under the banners, which will help it sort of pop up and give it a little bit of dimension at the same time. I quite often use my hot glue gun for that purpose, not only to hold something in place but to deliberately give a bit of dimension. I put a nice big wad of glue under there, and then I don't press it down hard, I just sort of let it dry. So I go through the ephemera pack and I pull out some pieces. Now the ephemera pack is from my April Kitaholic. No, it's not Kitaholic. Yeah, Kitaholic. Kit Club. It's a mouthful to say that, Kit Club. I think I need to choose one that I can say a bit easier. I always have to really stop and think about what I'm saying. Yeah, so these, the big ephemera pieces here come from that kit, the April kit, and they're from the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams ephemera pack. And I've also gone through, and I'm going through here again. I like this little pop of black, and I think about putting a banner down the bottom, not a banner, just that, a strip, a grounding piece down the bottom, but it doesn't stay. I don't like it. It's a little bit too dark for what I'm going for, so I just stick with the wood veneer piece here, and then I pull out my washi tape here from my stash and put a piece of that across there too, so it has colourful polka dots on it, the same colour as what's in the paper pad, and the dots go along with a few of the background papers that I have there. So I think that looks quite nice. Contemplate putting that little doily there, but soon realise that it's definitely not the right colour. So here's the bits and pieces that I have, that I pulled out to see what I can use, and I just start to go through. And here I am with the hot glue, just give it a little bit of dimension and gluing a few things in place. So I pull these little glittery banner pieces from my stash and think about seeing whether I can put them on the page somehow. I shuffle them around in a few different places because I think, well, they go along with the theme, and they got a nice little gold tinge to it. And you can see there, or that little card that I touched there on the right, that is vellum, and it has pink, no, it's pink, but it also has gold lines and writing on it, so I want to bring in a little bit more gold. And I bring this little paper clip here, and I put him, or that there, because I think it's quite cute. And this is a little bunny that comes from the cut apart sheet in the kit, but he doesn't make it on either. I find him just a little bit too dark as well. So going back to these pieces, so I think I might try to sit them on top of the banner up here, but then I realised, well, I quite actually like that as a part of the banner, so that's where they stay there. Go through and glue all my pieces down. I think I've still got a little bit of movement that doesn't all look like it's in the right spot yet. I think I put this butterfly on the left hand side. Yes, I put him there. And that's gorgeous butterfly. It's gold, I don't know, foiled, I guess is the word. So that goes in there. The difference in the round circle which has popped up, and the wood is just enough to make his wings, or the butterfly wings, pop up a little bit without any additional pop tops underneath him, which is good. Being vellum, is see-through. So I'm really loving the way this layer's coming together. As I said earlier, the colours to me is just divine. I love them. It makes me want to jump up and down with joy and get all happy and giggly. So this Easter bunny, the big bunny in the background, we still have him. Here it is when I'm doing this voice over the 11th of May. So we're quite a few weeks after Easter, and our son has done well. He hasn't broken into him yet. So how about you? Have all of you eaten all your Easter eggs, or have your kids eaten all their Easter eggs? Or they still got a few left? So I go through my thickers here and try to see what I can use. I pull out a couple of multicoloured, then the yellow, the white, and I think about some gold. I think I've already tried that, but they didn't work. And straight away I realised there's going to be these yellow thickers, which have a real very fine, what's the word, is it like a glittery effect to them. It's very mild, but when you hold it under the light you can see it. Didn't have any E's, so I've just used upside down 3s, and then I now realise I don't have a T either, so I just take an F and I cut the F down into a T as well, and that's just a new font that I've created. You've got to use them where you can, and they were perfect colour, so they were going down. It's getting pretty close. I do go away and I type up my journaling, so I go off and do that, and then I glue that down. I think I'll come back soon and you'll see that that's all glued down, and I'll read what the journaling says. It makes my heart so happy that after Edward found all his eggs that the Easter Bunny left him a day late, as Dad worked on Sunday, he promptly sat down and divided them into 3 equal piles, one for me, one for Dad, and one for himself, including advising me that I could have the head and ears of the big bunny. He would have the body, and Dad could have the legs. May he always be so considerate. And I was quite happy because I think I got the biggest part of the rabbit. The head and the ears, I didn't argue with that. Not that we actually took him up on the offer, but it was still very nice of him to sit down and to offer to do that. So here's my journaling strip. I've printed it out and then cut it all into strips, and now I'm just going to adhere it down. I only just have enough room. I have to do a bit of shuffling around, but I fit it in the end. And what am I deciding on here? Oh, I was going to put on the little yellow, no, on the pink. Oh, what's that? Vellum journaling card there. I'm going to put the date. I'll get it out in a minute what I'm trying to say. And so I pull out these ones here and just put 17. I'll decide in a moment that I think the layout needs to be matted, so I trim down the edges a little bit, pull out a card from my stash, a pattern paper from my stash. Once again, it is, I think it's actually from I'm going to say it's an Amy Tangerine line, but if you look at the paper and you know I'm wrong, don't hold me to it, because I could be. But there it is there. Oh, I think it is. Or is it a Chamel? Oh, no, I'm pretty sure it's an Amy Tangerine paper. And I mount the whole layout on that. And I think the polka dots and the colours go along very well with the papers that I've used to mount my photo. And that's pretty much coming to the end of the layout. So if you've stuck with me this far, thank you very much. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Please leave me a comment either on the photo or on whether or not you've eaten all your Easter eggs. If you haven't already, please subscribe and come back and watch my next video. You don't want to miss any of the action-packed fun I have over here. Just grabbing my enamel, not enamel dots, these are gems, as I call them, because I can never quite remember exactly what they are, and spread them throughout. That's it. Bye.